too. You know, I like everybody, okay? I think
Who shall not be named? Are you talking about? Are you talking about Destiny? Oh God.
Yo.
Oh, look who it is.
I would
Okay,
hate
true,
to
but like,
talk
weren't you just glazing Hasan, saying that Hasan has been pretty correct on most things, and that I'm like an unhinged person? How can you think that I'm unhinged
didn't
online?
see that.
How can you think that?
Primo political commentator.
Hey, I like all of you.
This
You're
is
all
the primo destination. Okay, yeah, go. He's gonna watch XQC. The primo political commentator.
Hey, I like the one who shall not be named too. You know, I like everybody, okay? I think
Who shall not be named? Are you talking about? Are you talking about Destiny? Oh God.
I like how he has to force the laugh as he says my name. He's so performative. Holy shit.
Can you two make up for me? I feel like if anyone could bring you two back together, I would love to be the bridge between.
Way.
Like, I've known both of you for so long. I care about both of you. I feel like there was a beautiful friendship there. And although it has been mended along, destroyed along the way, I feel like it could be mended.
Slasher,
slowly.
you've been in this industry. You've been in this industry for quite some time.
Yes, I have had people that I have hated for 10 years, and now we are best friends.
Hold on. You've been in this industry for quite some time.
If I could do it, you could do it.
I'm gonna refer back to the Shroud tweet. Okay, I'm gonna refer back to the Shroud tweet or the Shroud clip that we just watched. I'm gonna run it back again, and just to help you assess the situation a little bit better. Here, I'll share the screen with you again so you can hear him again. Cause here, let's run it back a little bit.
Why is he acting like the whole world doesn't know why I was banned? Like, what is he implying? Like, if anybody here fucks children, it's probably gonna be the guy with a 15-year-old fan base. Like, what a weird implication. Okay.
You tried to hit up Doc at all? No.
Instead of Doc, input, Destiny in there.
I haven't talked to him since he got banned because I am a logical person.
Yes.
The second Doc got banned on Twitch, my logic kicked in, and I said, "Yep, you don't just get banned randomly." And I didn't say a word.
Now, here's the point: is obviously with Destiny, it wasn't like the same reasons as to why Doc got banned. That's not what I'm saying at all. Okay. But imagine if I were to use an analogy, imagine if Dr. Disrespect was like openly, trying to hit on minors. That's not what Destiny got banned for. Okay, that's not what Destiny got banned for. But what he got banned for, basically, and we don't know the details. You don't know the details. I don't know the details. But he has been openly doubling down on all of those activities and being a relentlessly toxic person to pretty much anyone he chooses to put in his crosshairs.
Notice that this is the guy who, while he was doing a Wired appearance, plugged at least, I think, 4 people that had made thinly veiled or overt threats of murder or physical violence towards me when he was on that Wired show. Like, we literally watched him plug every single one that had just recently made threats towards me, or Denim's maybe towards Isaac Gold. Tell me how you take it. But like he plugged like 3 of the people that had just recently done it. But okay.
For the past, 4, 5, 6 years. So, there's no repairing that bridge. And also on top of that, he is like an unimaginable dick rider of Israel.
Oh yeah, and then Hasan literally posting a picture of how to do like a homemade gun, implying that somebody should assassinate sitting U.S. senator. Yeah, good one.
Yep. I have seen. Look, I always believe anything's possible, Hasan. I'm all about bringing people back together. I have a guy named Richard Lewis, okay, from my community.
No, I know. I remember.
Okay, we had beefed and we had hated each other, and we've known each other for almost 20 years. We beefed for maybe a full decade, okay? And he came to New York as of recently. We hung out a bunch here. We're cool. We really like each other. If I could fix that and mend that, then anything truly.
I mean, I don't think
maybe not now. Maybe not now.
Maybe Richard Lewis's fan base is not relentlessly cyber stalked you
They still
Cyber stalk? Like, bro, your fans are literally offering to pay people money to throw shit at me. Like, what? Your fan base is so unhinged. What the fuck is my fan base even involved in? What is the worst thing that like a Destiny fan has done? Like, they say this like it's just a given. Like, oh yeah, remember all like the assassins, the hitmen, the doxers? Like, like what the fuck? Like, you're just ass mad because you get hate threads on my subreddit. Jesus Christ.
And harassed you in perpetuity by utilizing or Richard Lewis aligning with like open Nazis, for example, like Sam Hyde, who also is a pedophile Nazi.
Meanwhile, the Houthi adventurer Hasan, who literally has that Houthi dude photoshopping him into pictures and then tweeting it out because Hasan did a suck fest, a 2-hour suck fest on his stream with him.
Specifically because he hates me and apparently wants to kill me as a joke. Or
have you thought about maybe how
Nick
about like
Fuentes? Like, no, dude, there's no repairing that mend because it is
you amplify Groypers more than I do because they attack me. Like, half your fucking attacks on me come from Groyper accounts on Twitter.
A bridge that was burned on petty reasons, and the subsequent 5 years after that fact have proven that it was an irreparable difference in opinion, no matter how much this cultish fan base feels as though this person is a true progressive.
Can't argue with any of that.
Yeah, well, so now you understand then.
You're not wrong. I've always understood, okay? You know how many times I've yelled at Steven for being a asshole and cruel and a piece of shit? Many times.
How many times have you yelled at me? How many times have you yelled at me for similar things?
Much less.
Much less.
Say.
Never.
Not even. Probably. Yeah.
Oh God, the dick sucking is so cringe. Oh my God.
From my
exactly.
recollection,
That's
not
the
even
difference
one
because
time.
I do have principles.
Like we've watched his political commentary. The vast majority of it is literally just dumping on people personally without absolutely any without like any actual political analysis whatsoever. Like, could you imagine? I hate the could you imagine, dude. I hate politics. I just don't enjoy it as much. I don't enjoy it right now. If I would have retweeted AOC with a picture of a homemade like shotgun, I think one of Hasan's fans would actually try to kill me. I think I would have to actually watch myself when I go to conventions because some motherfucker would try to kill me, and they would all be cheering for it. Like, if I would have tweeted that picture out, it would have been unreal.
And I haven't spent the last 5 years like actively cultivating a fan base on one principle alone, and that is fuck Hasan, which he did.
Little bro, there's way more in the world than you.
And he has, and he's, like I said before, and I'll repeat again, I'm literally paying his child support by simply existing.
You know what? I realized I just turned all the goodwill I may have had with your chat.
Oh, 100%.
You thought the beginning.
Like, I'm so toxic. Meanwhile, Hasan has like massive shows that he has to discontinue because of the toxicity of his fan base. I don't know how his fans, I don't know how anybody could ever let him forget that. Like, that was probably the most toxic event that's happened like in this realm of the internet the past like year or two, is the idea of is that Ethan had to cut ties and end a show that him and Hasan were doing because of Hasan's toxic fan base.
Would ruin my trust. No, I found the real reason how I was going to go downhill. Yeah. Well,
anyway.
So you know what? Now they're back to hating me. Damn.
Well, it ultimately is not about, like I said, it's not even about being an asshole. It's about like being genuinely a rapacious scumbag who is ultimately a very toxic individual who weaponizes his fan base against all of his enemies, all of his perceived enemies, and even some who are aligned with his perceived enemies. Like, there are much smaller contexts.
It's so much projection. It's insane. Like, if you want their playbook, you just have to listen to every single thing he's accusing me of doing. Like, oh, even if you minorly align with anybody, blah, blah. Remember that one time he did the stream with Fuentes? That means he's a 100% Nazi now, by the way. Like, Jesus.
Creators in my orbit that I'm friends with that, you know, that are on the receiving end of this cyber stalking. And
you mean the people that make death threats towards me? Who are random people? It's either one, we're commenting on insane political takes they've given, or two, these people talk about me relentlessly. Like, Jesus. Or make death threats about me. Those are the ones that all blew up recently.
This harassment, this relentless harassment, clip chimping, and active.
Clip chimping as he watches a TikTok channel that's dedicated to clip chimping me. What did he watch? That 4-minute compilation of like 100 different cuts? Oh my God. Destiny, what do you think Hasan thinks that you are doing that is weaponizing your fan base? I don't think he thinks any of this. I think he knows he's being bad faith here. He has a script that he adheres to because he knows it's like these are the attacks that people like to hear, and that's it. That's literally it. There's no possible way he could think any of this is true. I think he knows it's not true.
Like anti-negative PR campaigns that are masked under the guise of like holding people accountable. So it's not like shit ain't sweet.
Again, can't argue there, or I won't. It's all good. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right. Have a good one, Slasher.
Thanks for talking to me. Hopefully it's not another 4 years. I see that, by the way, chat. I hit this guy up. He's in New York. No response. Multiple.
I was with my family.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. What do you mean?
You didn't even tell me. You didn't even say, "Oh no, I can't do it." I'm with my family.
Also, I don't have Twitter. Like I have Twitter. Like I have a Twitter.
He was in New York with his like glued to his family 24/7. Like, wait, okay, I don't even believe that. He probably just ignored him because Slasher's not really that clouded up. Oh, actually, I bet it was because wait, when was Hasan in New York? If it was before the leaks and everything, or before everything was going big with Slasher's article, Hasan probably just didn't respond because who the fuck is Slasher? Well, he wouldn't give a fuck. That'd be my guess.
But I deleted it from my phone.
Like 2 weeks ago? Yep, 100%. If Slasher would have hit him up now and he was in New York, Hasan would be fucking live streaming with him. 100% guaranteed.
Which was one of the best decisions I've made in 2024.
Destiny, he streamed? Oh, if he was even streaming from New York, then Jesus.
Or straight up. Like, absolutely one of the best decisions. So unfortunately, I never see Twitter DMs. I never see Twitter. I never see Twitter DMs until it's like far too late. However, it has been phenomenal for my mental health. Like phenomenal for my mental health because it's like such an awful right-wing shithole that I noticed myself like just actively doom scrolling nonstop, seeing so much death, so much destruction. And also it shows you like the For You page.
Bro, he literally likes the weirdest tweets with like 3 likes that are making some random personal insult against me. Like, is somebody else running your Twitter account that's doing this? What was the last one that he liked? Oh, fuck, you can't see them anymore. Oh, shit, we can't. Oh, no.
Page basically shows you like all of the worst shit that you don't want to see because you're actively looking at it. You know what I mean?
You are right, but this is a very convenient answer, I have to say. I get it. I understand.
I mean, it's not a convenient answer. It's just what it is. I literally don't.
No. I agree. I agree. Everything you're saying, I agree about Twitter. I totally. I get it. I get it. You know.
In the Ben Burgess debate, reminded of this quote from John Stuart Mill when you were explaining your issue with Ben being unable to steelman your position, dismissing it as evil or Nazi. Quote. He who knows only his own side of the case knows little of that. His reasons may be good, and no one may have been able to refute them, but if he is equally unable to refute the reasons on the opposite side, if he does not so much as know what they are, he has no ground for preferring either opinion. Nor is it enough that he should hear the opinions of adversaries from his own teachers, presented as they state them, and accompanied by what they offer as refutations. He must be able to hear them from persons who actually believe them. He must know them in their most plausible and persuasive form. End quote. John Stuart Mill on Liberty. Wow, cute.
All right, hit me up
maybe next time.
You don't believe me? Hit me up on Discord next time. Hit me up on Discord, even though I'm bad at responding in Discord too, but still. All right. Bye, Slasher.
All right. See you. Have fun.
All right, bye. That was Rod Slasher Brett.
Yo.
Oh, look who it is.
Yo. So great day today, right? Are you happy about the win
Which one?
from last night?
Is this a Biden reference, or is it a reference to something else that I'm supposed to be aware of?
We won. He won. I thought he did a great job.
Me too. I think so as well.
Right? I think everything's going swell. I went to your subreddit, and the first thing I saw was "We're fucked." It was the top voted most comment, and I didn't understand.
I don't know. A lot of doomerism for no reason, you know?
I don't get it. I feel like really showed a great future. He didn't die.
Yeah, that's called looking on the bright side, right?
I mean, I was honestly really thinking it. It was like a strong possibility that could happen.
He made it. He made it. He just has to cross the finish line alive, and we're good.
I haven't been watching. Have you given up
On what?
on him?
No, I still believe it. I think he's going to win. I still believe it. I think he can do it.
Okay, wait. Okay, wait. I need to dissect. Are we in bit mode?
Well, you were in bit mode. I'm not in bit mode. I think he'll win. I think he's still got over 50% chance, but if he does like a string of more performances like these, that chance would probably be downward adjusted.
Okay, first off, this was one of the best content nights in history. I got to give my hat off to both candidates. Really, you folks did a great job. I thought this was going to be horrible, and something I would never want to watch. Now I am more tuned in than ever for round 2. Anything could happen.
True. Although, perhaps Biden has just adjusted the expectations of him downward so much that now Trump is in the unenviable position. Because now imagine if in the next debate, Biden has a good performance. Oof, that's going to look real bad if people remember this one.
Did you see the video from today?
Yeah.
You watched it? He looks rather fine.
Supposedly, I didn't watch the thing after last night because I was already late. But supposedly after last night, like right after the debate when he was speaking, he looked fine too. So I have no idea why. I don't know what happened. People said he had a cold, but apparently right after the debate last night, he started talking and he seemed fine. So I don't know if he just got like stage fright for the timer thing or I don't know.
The biggest fuck up here was as soon as I saw 9:30 Eastern, I knew it was over. Why would you want to do that? I know you're trying to get the network wants to get the most amount of people from the West Coast in when work is over for everyone. But if you're Joe Biden, when do you think Joe Biden's waking up?
I don't know. I have no idea. What do you want me to predict?
I mean, it would either be like normal presidential hours or gamer hours. I think he needs.
Oh, you mean wake up like physically, like what time in the day?
Yeah,
he's a senior citizen. Old people. I don't think old people actually sleep ever. They're like cats. Like they kind of like lay down in places, but anytime you walk near them, they always just somehow happen to be awake. I don't know how or why. That's my experience with old people, but.
They're waking his old ass probably latest 8, maybe like 7 or 6 is normal. But no, he needs fucking gamer hours. He needs to wake up. If the thing is going to be at 9:30, wake him up at like 3 p.m. Okay.
I feel like old people. My experience with old people is old people wake up at like fucking 5 a.m.
Yeah, but they don't last till 10 at night.
I think they do. They wake up at 5. They'll take like a nap at like noon. They'll like lay down on the couch and watch TV for like an hour, and then they wake up and then they go to sleep at like probably like 9 or 10 o'clock. Yeah. Old people are just weird like that.
Don't think that was a good idea. Wait, you cannot be serious. It ended last night.
Okay, I guess we'll
as someone who's like and just an observer, and I'd probably vote Biden. And not that nothing matters here. I live in New York City. It doesn't. Nothing I do affects anything. But like, I don't even remember what the hell was discussed last night, just because I couldn't take my eyes off what was happening and not happening with Biden. And Trump wasn't good either, but it was so bad and so evidently bad, even for normal old lib people in America. I cannot see it just being over. Well, really? You don't think so?
I don't, but I mean, I guess we'll see. I don't think this is. I think the only thing that happens at this point is who can depress whose turnout more. Like, does Trump's convictions or does Trump's behavior like turn more people off from voting for him, or does Biden's like gaffes or senility or dementia-addled performances turn more people for voting off for him? And then what's energizing voters on both sides? Like, I think two major motivators for people on the Democratic side are abortion rights, and then kind of like Supreme Court stuff related to that, and hatred for Trump. And Biden's performances don't cut against those two issues that much because, again, even if Biden is barely breathing in the White House, he's still nominating Supreme Court justices who are liberals, if any come up for nomination. And he would obviously sign into law any kind of abortion rights. Obviously, a Republican wouldn't. And then people just really don't like Trump. But then again, it just depends on like how unpopular is either person, with people in the middle or undecided voters that they would depress that turnout. That's really what it comes down to, I think. But
Yeah, well, no, all that was true up until before last night, where we had two living, breathing human beings somewhat able to go on that. I mean, Biden couldn't even use the abortion as a layup because he could barely fucking talk. And I now I fully understand seeing videos today and before and after, as you say, seems fine and normal and should be able to, like, you know, function. But I feel like, it must be like the next debate. If he cannot function, it would be too late by then. There is no way they could do a replacement and they'll just lose outright.
Yeah, probably. Although it might already be too late to do a replacement now, so it's hard to. I mean, but any replacement at all is kind of hard. But I mean, it just depends on, like. It depends on how much of, like, the aesthetic versus, like, the actual function of president, like, people care about. It depends on, like, what's motivating people the most. It depends on what people are reluctant to vote for or against the most. I don't know all those motivating factors.
Well, I mean, Trump was winning in most of the swing states prior to the debate, wasn't he?
The polling has, like, been changing over time, and the polling is, like, pretty close in most places. Like, I think the overall is, like, at about 50-50 right now, with people that are projecting, I think, giving Trump an edge. But, like, it's been getting closer over the past few months. It diverged last night, obviously, but I mean,
I'm really curious to see how much it's diverged from last night.
Sure, but I mean, it's also debates. Like, debates are pretty temporary, generally.
This was catastrophically bad. Steven, come on.
Okay.
This was not a normal bad debate. This was...
Sure, I understand what you're saying. I mean, like, you can laugh, but, like, you voters, no offense, you guys are fucking retarded. Like, you guys forget things in 3 days. There were multiple moments in the last set of debates that were crazy, horrible, bad. You'd be like, oh my God, this is it. And then you actually see them just, like, trail off over time. People, like, don't even remember, for instance, like, Kamala Harris had, like, a kill shot moment against Biden on stage when she brought up the fact that he opposed busing, and that was literally how she got to fucking school. And everybody's like, oh my God, Kamala Harris got a huge bump in the polls after that, and Biden, like, tanked for a bit, and then after, like, 2 weeks, like, everybody's like, oh, what? I don't even remember, right? All of the, like, the state of U.S. politics right now is insanely transitory. People forget shit in, like, 5 fucking days. Now, every time something new happens, it's like the end of the fucking world, but, like, people, like, forget it, they move on to the next fucking thing. Maybe this is a thing that stays more. Maybe Biden continues to fuck up. It's possible, but, like, yeah, the recentism of, like, everything that happens is, like, permanently gonna remember, blah, blah, blah. I just don't really think the American voter works that way. But hey, who knows? Maybe this will be the one time they do. It's possible.
I do fully agree with you. I feel like, yeah, as one of those people, regular people, by the way, it's not just now. People have always been stupid. Not like this is just a recent thing. This seems worse than normal. I don't know how the normal average American will take it. It feels like they're actually taking it worse than normal. When you have, like, MSNBC being like, this was really bad, I feel like now.
Yeah, but MSNBC and CNN pundits aren't normal people, right? These are political commentators. Like, none of these are normal. They might be normal compared to, like, people on Twitter. But
for Democrats, those are normies. Democrat normies.
Nobody that works in politics is a normie.
No, but, you know, just a normal family. Americans. Normal Americans are watching. If you're a Democrat, you're watching debate through MSNBC or CNN. Like, if you're just at home.
Yeah, they watch it. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, we'll see, like, in a week or two. I don't know. I think that it's always hard to judge in the middle of a particular thing, like, how it's going to impact people later, because people will say stuff like, oh, this is the most pressing issue. This is the craziest thing. It's inflation. Now it's the border. Now it's Texas fighting the government. Now it's abortion. Now it's like, so it's who knows. Right now, from what I've seen of people in talking to voters, when we did door knocking in, I don't fucking even remember which fucking state it was, and then seeing, like, polls, like, abortion is a thing that seems to be really stuck in people's minds, and that survived for quite a while. And then the economy, especially things related to inflation, is a thing that's stuck in people's mind. I don't know if there's, like, is there, like, polling right now to show, like, the issues that people are saying they've cared about the most throughout the whole election? Those are the two things that I've seen that have been, like, stuck in people's minds a lot. But yeah, but who knows?
Yeah, I was going to ask you what you thought he should focus on, and those two. Abortion seems obvious. It is it's probably the number one issue in terms of what can rally the general Democratic left people in America, and has a huge overlap with just normal people that don't give a shit about politics or even are, conservative. It seems to be pretty easily. Inflation, I don't, even if it is not his fault, if he's able to clearly articulate that and convince voters, I don't even know. Doesn't seem like he's been too successful.
Yeah, maybe not. I think that Biden's strategy in debates just needs to be like making sure he doesn't look like he's senile, and then just like basically, I think like getting like quips on Trump, since I think that's all people care about right now. I don't know why
Trump
he's trying
had
to.
the best lines. Also,
Did he?
he did. Did he not?
What were they? What were good Trump lines?
Not able to understand what Biden was saying.
What were good Trump lines? I know I can think of one that was pretty funny.
That's the one that
You can't think of a single one, but you have that impression. Do you see the issue I have now with the average voter?
I gotta admit, I really could not focus watching the actual debate last night. It was really just me watching content and people react to what was happening on the debate because it was so kind of insane. Yes, so
Sure, yeah.
I'm one of those people.
But I think that is, I think that's like part of our issue for politics. Is that like you're not even looking at what's in front of you. You're looking left and right to see how you should respond to it, right? So like I'm not even sure now like how many people like this debate, for instance. I think this debate had around 45 million viewers, and I think the last one on the last election was like 79 million. Like so, almost half as many people even tuned into this one in terms of who would care to watch it. But yeah. I mean, it was a bad performance. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it was a good performance. I'm just saying that like I don't know how much these particular things stick out in somebody's mind.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely one of the dumb normal people. I don't remember jack shit about what they were saying, either of them, last night.
Yeah.
Not really.
Well,
Not even sure if it matters at this point. I gotta say, all the main issues that we've been talking about, I think people are just going to vote along party lines.
yeah, kind of. But remember, it doesn't matter that much. Like voting along party lines, what matters is how much of your base can you turn out for the election. Like that's always like the big goal.
I don't think people care about Trump's convictions and all that shit. I think it'll actually probably help him. He could probably use that as we get closer to motivate his audience.
I definitely don't think they help. If Trump would have been exonerated, if he wouldn't have been convicted, I think that would have been a way bigger help for him. I don't think they help him at all. I think they maybe for his
the average Republican really care? Do they really, really care?
It's not about the average Republican. Remember, the goal isn't to turn off 50% of a voter base. The goal is just turn off like 1 or 2%. That's enough to like basically secure the election in almost every state, right? You don't have to make it so like 20% of the people hate you. You just like I think like 3 or 4% is enough to make you like unelectable, like in every single state almost. Yeah, it just depends on it just depends on how much of your base you can turn out, basically.
I'm just so skeptical. I'm pretty concerned. I'm pretty concerned. I'm really already in the, it's fine. I get it. I'm already I get it.
Wait, get what?
It's Trump. It's eventuality. Trump's going to win. It's not even going to be that close in the end. People shouldn't even be upset. People should have like an understanding now. We're just
but wasn't this exactly what people were saying about the last election? And wasn't this exactly what people were saying in 2022?
Biden was doing way better. Biden was doing way better. I think Biden winning was not a surprise.
You're rewriting history. I don't know what to say. You're rewriting history. You're literally rewriting history.
I had a lot of confidence.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I bet you didn't. I bet you couldn't find me a single tweet, a single DM. No shot. That you're like, oh yeah, I'm sure Biden has this 100%. No shot.
Steven, you just have to trust me, okay? You know why I'm talking to you, and you just gotta trust me. I was sitting on my neighbor's couch, and my neighbor's a huge Trump fan, and here in Manhattan, that's not normal. So my neighbors are like,
bro, there were literally like half the conservative population like went to sleep because they were so sure that Trump had won. When people woke up that day, it was like the most traumatized. Yeah, of course, there were so many people that went to sleep. Oh fuck, he got it, and they went to sleep. And they woke up and was like, wait, what the fuck? Oh, how did it all change overnight? Oh! Like, yeah, what do you mean? It was a huge deal. Like people felt incredibly upset. I don't think that the average person, that was a foregone conclusion that Biden was going to win that election. Absolutely
no,
not.
but I think he had a big advantage. I think he had an advantage. I always felt pretty confident going into that night. I was never like, not nearly how I feel now, man. Come on, it's nowhere close. Trump feels way further ahead than he ever had last time.
Okay.
I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
We will see. How was Israel?
It was fun, initially I didn't really want to go, but then I remembered I need to define every single action in my life as the opposition to Hasan, and Hasan really wouldn't want me to go, so I was like, so I should go, because that's how I live my life, apparently. Mm-hmm. And, decided to go visit it and, do some on-the-ground reading and research to find my Mossad supporters and get my direct alumni payout, and yeah.
Yup. Was it good?
What, going?
No, the payout. It was a nice payout. It was worth it. Worth it for the trip.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, for sure.
Did you feel like now coming back, and I'm sure you didn't really have like a plan, you just want to go and talk to people and stuff. Do you feel any different than you did before on issues, more strongly? Did you change your mind on stuff?
No, I think it just gave me more perspective on stuff that, yeah, I mean, like the factual stuff, I already have a pretty good command of most of that. It's not like I learned a bunch of new facts or whatever. It just kind of like fleshed out and deepened my understanding of, I guess, kind of like the lived experiences of both sides. Yeah.
Now with the lived experiences, that didn't sway your mind
No,
one
like
way or
where?
the other in terms of, I don't know, how you feel about the overall conflict and the way that you talk about it?
No, I don't think so. I think it would be pretty scary if you were missing like so much of a thing that just like going to a place would completely 180 your opinion on it. I think that would probably show it.
No, not 180, but you don't have to turn all the way around. You could just make slight deviations based on, yeah, it could.
Okay.
I mean, you weren't there for that long. I mean, I know.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
I feel like most of my understanding before going was like decently good. I feel like it deepened my understanding on the factual level. I feel like it just kind of like furthered most of the opinions that I already had. But like on an empathetic level, like seeing how people live and seeing the conditions on the ground can give you like a deeper appreciation for the different feelings and the narratives on both sides. So, yeah.
You feel like you're gonna go back?
I don't know. I like trying to figure out where I want to go.
You have a big fan base there, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've got fan bases everywhere. I'm fucking international.
Yeah, but you got my people over there.
Your people? Aren't your people New Yorkers? When was the last time you went to Israel?
Never.
Yeah, we call you diasporites.
Never
Okay,
have.
you're not. Those aren't your people. All right, those are the loyal, faithful ones building on the Zionist project. You're a class traitor
They
living in New
always
York.
did.
Okay.
They always tried to get me to go over. I had a lot of friends that were friends with the Hasids and always tried to get me to go to Israel. Never did happen. I have many Jew friends that will like your content.
Well, that's good.
I'm the the not very involved, but still rather anti-Israel New York Jew, and my friends are the more based, also New York Jews, but have been to Israel a bunch of times and that know Hebrew really well and participate in Judaism. I'm the fuck up. Okay, I was the only one in my family because all of my mother's brothers technically married non-Jewish women, but they all converted. But if you want to go back through like who's actually your Jew, whatever, your mom has to be the Jew. And you need both parents, but especially your mother. But all of my cousins all had bar mitzvahs and went to temple all the time and had to learn Hebrew. I was the rebel and refused to learn Hebrew and refused to have a bar mitzvah. So I'm the only kid in the entire family not to have a bar mitzvah. But technically, I'm the only real Jew in the family because both my parents are from Jewish lineage.
Wow.
So I'm the black sheep.
Crazy.
Anyway, but all my buddies they like your content. You're doing good, and they say I'm stupid.
Well, you gotta watch more informed content creators.
I do watch your content. I could not watch your 4-hour debate with Noam and the other guys. I couldn't do it.
Well,
I'm sure it was great.
it was amazing.
I saw a lot more discussion about the debate than I did about the debate.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Most of the people that cover it are, pretty deranged. But what are you gonna do?
Do you feel like any of the debates that you're doing, especially around this topic, have that changed your mind? Has anything made you change course on certain issues within this larger context?
Not that much in terms of debates, because just the vast majority of people that have really strong opinions about this are wholly and completely uneducated about it. Like the vast majority.
Okay, come on, you can't say that. Look, the people that you're talking to.
Wait. What do you mean I can't say that?
Most of their lives, because you're being too strong.
Give me a single example of how I'm wrong.
These people have spent the majority of their lives, some of them, working on like the singular issue and working in the field.
Name one of them. Who's one of them I've debated that's given an impressive performance about that? That's disagreed with me.
I'm not saying that. I don't know. I will fucking watch the goddamn thing.
Then how could you possibly have an opinion that would contradict mine here?
I just mean in terms of their history. It doesn't mean that they're correct, but
yeah,
it's not
that's
like
been the case.
They're not uninformed though. They're just came to a different conclusion.
No, I think a lot of them are uninformed or don't understand what they're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I can't dispute that. I don't know.
Okay. It sure would be nice if any of these guys there's a reason why all of the strongest...
Doesn't it downplay, though, how well your performance is? Wouldn't it be if they know what they're talking about and then you're still coming out looking good, that means you've done better than if they didn't know what they're talking about?
Yeah, that would be great if that was the case. But when I'm like arguing with a 40-year scholar, Norm Finkeldick, who doesn't know like how to define genocide, who says he's studied this for 4 decades, I mean, what am I supposed to say? Yeah, it's embarrassing. It's fucking horrible. That was one of the reasons why I said like going to Israel is kind of annoying, because it's like my understanding of an issue, the more I know about it, the more divergent it becomes from mainstream political discourse, because most of the people that talk about these things have very little to no understanding about it. Every major content creator that talks about this, the Hasans and all the lefty dipshits, are fucking retarded. They don't know anything about this issue or anything about international law or anything about the history of the people or anything about like any part of this conflict. Yeah, it's just all like talking points over and over again. But hey, listen, if you disagree with that, then show me one, or find one that is actually brave enough to have a conversation with me. One was brave enough to do it 2 days ago, a PhD guy who'd written a book called Give Them an Argument, and he got absolutely eviscerated. It was embarrassing. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, like people say, oh, I've studied this my whole life. What they really meant is they heard one argument that they found convincing, 20 years ago, and then they've just kind of like repeated it over and over again. They haven't deepened their understanding on anything. Like it's embarrassing.
Is there anyone that you thought did a good job lately?
Lately, absolutely not. No, fuck no.
Nobody? Is there anyone you thought has done a good job maybe since the beginning of...
Since the very beginning, there was the one guy that I debated that seemed a little bit more good faith and learned in the mainstream was probably like Mark Lamont Hill, although that was a debate where I was more gentle than not. I don't know if on more pushback, if it would completely and utterly collapse. But that was probably like one of the better ones that I had. But aside...
The BET guy? He's been the best one? I'm just looking up like who he is.
Yeah, he's had a couple of like meme like news performances.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, the conversations I've had with like random chatters that have shown up in my community have been infinitely better and more productive, and they seem to demonstrate a greater understanding than the Norm Finkelsteins and the Muin Rabbanis and the random like pro-pally internet dipshits. It's like not even close.
For some reason this doesn't surprise me.
Why? You just said that you were shocked that people that could be studying this conflict for decades could have no information or knowledge about it. Shouldn't that shock you?
Well, it seems more like... I don't like to discredit people's experiences and like knowledge within a certain field. I mean, look, I've worked most of my life in like esports and gaming, and I can easily, especially in my world, out like debate and talk a bunch of people that I feel could definitely not know what the fuck they're talking about. But especially for people that I've known for a long time, I know they've also been in it for decades or whatever. I'm trying really hard not to downplay their, knowledge about stuff. But I mean, I can understand feeling people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And it being really frustrating to then listen to people not know what the fuck they're talking about, talk a lot. And how that's super annoying. So I hear where you're coming from. I actually don't know how the you do this. I would hate
true, but
like,
weren't you just glazing Hasan, saying that Hasan has been pretty correct on most things, and that I'm like an unhinged person? How can you think that I'm unhinged online? How can you think that I'm unhinged online when Hasan was literally quote tweeting a sitting senator with a picture of a homemade firearm because he didn't like what the person was saying?
Okay, I didn't want to. Just so you know, look, I probably shouldn't have started the conversation in general, but I was trying to be fun and nice about it and lighthearted. Okay, and then he started to get pointed at you, and I wasn't there to just I wasn't trying to fucking talk to him. I don't know. I probably shouldn't have said anything to begin with.
Okay, well, just make me feel like you're playing both sides, and then now glaze me when I say that Hasan is one of the stupidest motherfuckers. Of course you were. You're good with him. That I was a crazy unhinged person. That he'd never been unhinged at all.
He asked what I was going to go do, and I said I was going to watch the stream. A bunch of and he was like, "Yeah, I'm the best commentator. I was like, oh, well, I'm also going to probably be watching Thou Who Should Not Be Named.
I know we will
as a
listen. I
joke.
know we watched it. We just watched on stream like 4 or 5 hours ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did.
Okay,
Yeah, we
know.
saw it. Yeah.
So
we
I
watched
wasn't.
it.
So if me bringing that up probably shouldn't have done it because obviously I knew where he would go, but I wasn't trying to fight with him about you, so I just kind of agreed. Maybe that is wrong of me, and I'm sorry for
That's
not.
good enough. I think
defending
you've said
your
enough
honor.
so that if he watches back this clip, now he's gonna mold like crazy and DM you or
He shouldn't. As I was saying, I was like, look, you two should try to make up. And I was using the example of Richard Lewis, how I've been beefing with him longer than like you or you and Hasan have been beefing. I almost kind of made up with Keemstar this morning, okay? If me and Keemstar could at least have a truce, then you two fuckers can figure this out. That's all I was trying to explain to him, and I was trying to be like...
You understand that Hasan is basically like implying I'm like a pedophile, right? How the fuck could I make up? Like, this is a guy that visits brothels in fucking Germany and he's calling me a pedophile. Like, what? No, I don't think that's ever happening, okay?
I wasn't expecting him to go as strong as he was when I was talking about it, okay?
Yeah, he's like, he hates me. He spent like the last like 3 months obsessively talking about my kid, about my divorce, about my personal life, about like anything to avoid actually countering an argument that I've said because he's incapable of doing that. Yeah, he's
going
unhinged.
after him for forever too. It's not.
Hold on,
like
no, wait. I've been going after him because his arguments are dog shit and he's a horrible political commentator. It's not just like digging in on like random shit about his personal life all the time. There's like 20-minute compilations of him just like calling me divorcelli and talking about how I'm a Nazi now. Most of the vast majority of my coverage of him is like, why is he saying this? This is retarded. I don't think he's done any research here. Like, this is completely fucking incorrect. That's like the coverage is like markedly different.
Okay, I can understand that. That's not good. That's not good. I also hate it when people go after me personally, and it's nothing to do with what we're talking about. I fully understand that. Not great. No. Bad. Okay?
Listen, it's all good. I don't care. I just need to get that out of my system. There's enough clip for him to watch now of you not standing up to me, and now he's going to mold like crazy over this, so... That's good. Right.
It's fine. Both of you can think I'm an asshole, and both of your communities also. Hasan's community was talking a ton of shit to me once I mentioned you, and I'm sure all of your.
Yeah, you understand also when he calls my community insane. You understand that Hasan lost like the largest podcast that he was a part of, the Ethan one. He lost that connection because of how unhinged his audience was and how much he was driving his audience to hate Ethan, right?
To Ethan, yeah. I thought not good.
Okay,
not
so
great.
It's interesting that he claimed that like, yeah, the DGG audience is insane. That's the thing that he says over and over and over again. But Hasan's audience actually lost him, like the largest podcast that he had been a part of, like completely. Like it's not even close to comparing the two things. But you know,
all of your guys' communities are just very passionate. Okay.
Oh, so it's all the same. Okay.
Well, you all have very strong communities. It's not like Hasan might have a bigger potentially streaming platform, but you have a bigger subreddit.
Yeah, we do. But the difference is on those lefty communities, the types of attacks that they greenlight are way more atrocious than what I'm allowed on mine. Like if we were greenlighting anywhere near the level of insane unhinged, like Hasan was just on a Wired interview promoting other streamers that made death threats and threats of physical violence against me for TwitchCon. Things like, oh yeah, if Destiny shows up, it's on site. Or if this is why we need to kill all slave owner families. And Hasan's like, yeah, these are great people. Like, whereas on my side, if one person DMs Ludwig, who has 0 followers and 0 followed on his account, all of a sudden that's like an evidence of Destiny's community being unhinged and like driven to making threats and blah, blah. Like it's the comparison isn't even remotely the same.
Destiny's more accepted by Jews than you, Slasher. You know, probably. You're not wrong, Chad.
True. Anyway.
You're not wrong. Oh, it's so what?
The doc.
He has a bigger platform. He definitely has. I mean, you definitely made a lot of enemies when it comes to like liberal media, maybe liberal mainstream media, and he's courted liberal media pretty well.
No, he has not. Absolutely not. He's courted like progressive media well. I don't know if he's liked at all in liberal media. I don't know if liberal media has good feelings about like progressives right now at all. I'm not sure about that. Hasan is burned. Hasan is one of the least connected people in terms of media for his size. His appearances on other shows are abysmal. Like if I cover his appearance on another podcast, my clip will get more views than his entire appearance. He's like burned almost every like bridge that he has in any of these things. That's why he doesn't make very many appearances on other shows. He's like almost completely insulated in his own network now. The guy can't handle any like criticism or negative feedback or challenging from any other person ever. Like that's just the reality of where he's at right now. You know, just saying, just want to correct the record there. It's an important thing for both of us.
Right? Neither of you see a reconciliation.
No, he's an actual like everything that he accuses me of doing, he actually does. He's a horrible, like disgusting human being, and not because of some imagined like divorced forever like weird shit reasons. I think the fact that he pushes stuff with very little understanding of what he's saying and seems to be signing off on certain figures that are like talking about like violent activities. Like when he brought the Houthi person on his stream, like this is a guy who is, the Houthi guy is celebrating, okay, the launching missiles at merchant ships in the ocean. Hasan is bringing that person on to spread his message. And now that kid is like tweeting things that more people are seeing as a result of the fact that he was on Hasan's stream. Do you see it? That was a frame further function, guys, or frame function further. Okay, yeah. Like Hasan has done these types of things like over and over and over and over again. Where he's doing things that are in like the direct interest, like contrary to the United States. He'll always side with the U.S. enemy. He'll always give like more talking time and airing those points. He'll always be super critical of the United States. And then he drives his audience to, either not vote for anybody in the U.S. interest or to feel like discouraged by the current political system or to engage in like online harassment or hate campaigns against people that they don't feel are pure enough for them. And now you have like massive waves of progressives like shitting on AOC or holding demonstrations against, Democratic candidates or hating Bernie Sanders because they're not like radical enough for them. That's wild, I think.
Yeah, Jamal Bowman lost here. Like, that was not surprising. Once I saw that every fucking leftist streamer or whatever was coming to New York, I was like, all right, it's over.
Sure, yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
I mean, because a lot of them are completely insufferable.
Did Hasan even show up for that, to help anything for that? Why doesn't he notice how he does nothing also with his platform? If he's not getting paid, like 6 figures for it, he won't go and do anything? Kind of crazy, huh?
Well, a lot of people didn't show up. I actually don't know. It was a good turnout, I think. Huh. I saw a picture of like 12 people, and your boy was there.
Well, who's my boy?
Your boy Vosh.
Oh, nice, yeah.
I know your buddy. I'm not actually up to date on this parasocial part of the lore. I actually
don't you think it's kind of weird that like arguably the largest lefty streamer in the United States or the world like doesn't do anything to activate audiences for political ends? Isn't that kind of strange?
But he was there. He did help in losing.
What was his participation in that event?
Actually, I have no idea. All I did was saw a picture of a bunch of people. Then I saw a couple streams. I didn't see him do any of the content. It's possible he didn't actually do anything.
Oh no, I'm talking about Hasan, not Vosh right now. I'm talking about Hasan.
Oh, no. He was not there, and I have no idea. I don't really remember much help he gave in New York.
Know what he does, but I'm sure he's making a lot of money streaming somewhere. So, but anyway,
did you think he would have been able to influence anyway? It really just felt like, as everything you were saying, yeah, leftists are insufferable in a lot of ways, and they take, they get a lot of flack, deservedly so, not just online, but in a lot of these races, they are losing because they're.
Wait, you're asking me, do I think that anybody online can influence people's opinions?
Like, with Hasan doing content for Bowman's election, would he even been able to get people over the line?
Just Hasan alone, maybe not, but like if all the progressives were to activate in more meaningful ways, that wasn't just them constantly shitting on their own party, like what Hasan does, like what Brianna Joy Gray does, like what every single progressive commentary person online does, like Emma, like all these people, yeah, I think it probably would be at least a little bit different, yeah. But I mean, if you want to go with the argument that like, well, no, nothing online matters anyway, well then why the fuck do these guys get so mad if alt-right content creators get big, or if people platform Nazis? Is it that the only people who can convince anybody of their arguments online are far-right people, but the progressives can't? Like, how does that make sense in both worlds? Like, either influences online are so bad that we need to be proactive in banning people because the thought is infectious, or none of it matters at all anyway, in which case who the if somebody says the N-word or somebody like has some Nazi propaganda. Like, it doesn't matter anyway, right? Like, you can't have it both ways. Not you personally, but these guys. Like, you have to pick. Either online shit is influential, and if you're fucking rich, you should try to influence it, or none of it fucking matters. In which case, why like be so aggressive about banning people for hate speech or shit that you disagree with?
Yeah, he should have taken a stronger stance, especially in that case with it being high profile. There definitely should have been more.
True.
But I also feel like, as you say, it is somewhere in the middle. It definitely matters what you do online. Content has an effect, as we obviously know, on people and how they make decisions, and especially younger people who are becoming of age who can vote. Content easily can affect and shape their worldview. But then also a lot of the time, nothing on the internet matters, especially things like Twitter, really in comparison to the real world, most of the time has no actual effect on stuff. So it's somewhere in the middle.
Everything is like one talk show won't change the country, one politician won't change the country, one stream won't change, but it's a collective action from everybody, right? But yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully I could be matchmaker eventually. I'm gonna still maybe not approach this for a while, but I'm gonna try. Okay. I think you two were great together. I really enjoyed that arc, parasocially from afar. I thought you two, it was nice.
Yeah, well,
I enjoyed that content.
We'll see what happens. All right. Okay. What did we actually come here to chat about? Go for it.
Did you read my piece?
No, I haven't had time to do anything. Did you just send? Was this today that you sent this to me, or was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
Fuck me. No, because I streamed late last night because I had to argue with XQC over unhinged.
Oh, did you? About what?
You don't trust me. You don't want to know. Okay, I'm seeing it.
What? No, for real. What are you talking about?
Over how big of a deal it is if Doc was talking to a 17-year-old or not, basically.
Oh.
And
what is your opinion?
You know what? We don't have to relitigate all this shit. Yeah. Well,
I'm just trying to think if there's anything else.
When are you coming here to New York next, Steven?
Possibly next month. We'll see.
Oh yeah. Conference? Talk? To chill.
I'm waiting on there's 3 different things that I'm waiting to confirm for next month. We'll see. I have no idea yet.
How long have you been in Miami now? Have you been there the whole time? No, right.
I think 2 or 3 years.
You like it?
I don't care.
You see yourself staying there for a while?
There's no state income tax, and I've got kind of roots here at the moment. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. It seems okay.
You hang out with Felix?
No.
A bunch? Never?
Nope, not yet.
Has he invited you to the Panthers game? Damn,
no.
What a friend, man.
Fuck no. Sports games kill me.
Bro, you just won the Stanley Cup Finals. You weren't even
Who won? I won?
Aware?
What did I win?
You can, now that you've been there for a couple years, you just have fake fandom. You can pretend that you've been a Panthers fan your entire life and you've been rooting them ever since you were a kid, and they had never won a Stanley Cup Finals before in their lifetime, and this is the first time, and you're just so fucking happy and excited to see it in real life.
Wow.
You should tell people that, okay? Pretending to be like a lifelong fan of a team to a city that you just moved to that won a championship is a tale as old as time. All right, always adopt and adapt the team that you just moved to if they're good, and the Panthers are really good right now.
Okay.
But don't be a Heat fan. They're a bunch of pussies.
Okay.
Even though Heat culture is a real thing, I think you would be in line with Heat culture. I feel like you really represent that aesthetic that they have.
Okay. I don't know anything about sports. I don't know why you're trying. I literally cannot engage. I can't even joke on the subject. I have no idea.
I know you like to debate all the time. Like, I wish I could debate like the NBA GOAT with you, like the top 15 pyramid of the top 15 players of all time. I feel like those are the types of debate that I want to hear from.
Well, you can do it about cars. He doesn't know anything about cars at all.
No, I want Steven to do the Stephen A. Smith arc. You know, try to be Stephen A. or Skip Bayless. I feel like that is something that's a whole new world of users and fans and viewers that you could get that you haven't capitalized on.
Yeah.
Yeah, cars is kind of. I mean, cars are cool, but it doesn't have much fandom. Stephen A. Smith gets to argue about the NBA and the NFL for like 12 hours a day, every single day. I mean, First Take brings in. He's asking ESPN for 18 mil. ESPN offered him $18 million a year, I believe, and he said that was too low for his value. He wants more money. He wants like 20 to 25 million a year to tell you that fucking Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time and not LeBron. All right, that's where the real money is.
That just sounds like a fascinating subject. I hope one day I get to engage.
You just got to tell everybody that Messi is the GOAT.
Oh, I tried those tweets a few days ago. Just fucking with people because I don't know anything about that either. So, you know.
Well, you would be correct, and he's your player now. So, like, you get to...
I thought that was like an international player.
Messi? Yeah, but he's playing in Miami now.
For what team? For what?
For the MLS.
What does MLS mean? Multiple sclerosis?
No, MLS is the North American Soccer League, Major League Soccer. He signed to Inter Miami, which is the Miami MLS team.
Wait, so does that mean he's not allowed to play like in the World Cup anymore?
No, he still plays for Argentina in the World Cup.
Oh, he's a traitor.
So like he's been the GOAT of all time, and this is kind of like his swan song to come to America. And then he's still been incredible. Like the first game, I believe he scored the game winner, and ever since he has been carrying the MLS on his back to like make it more popular. He got some equity in Apple because they were the broadcasters and the ones that made the deal here. So he is like in the later stage of his career, but he's still fucking incredible. And he's made Inter Miami like a household name where no one would give a shit about Inter Miami prior to him coming here. So, but you get to claim him now because you're there. Why don't you go to a game, bro? How do you not like any sports? Not one.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop you here, Slasher, because no one gives a fuck about sports in this chat, in this Discord, pretty much in any of the entire DGG universe. No sport. We barely care about football, and that's just because we kind of know a player.
You don't have one bro in your fandom. I cannot believe you don't have any bros.
I know one guy that plays sports ball, and he's a retard. So.
Ooh.
You've had to brought over some bros with all the allegiances that you've made on various topics.
No, sports is cringe. We hate sports. Wow, did you see how good that dude? He threw that ball and it went in the hole. Really, really good. He did it like every time. Wow. He was the best ball thrower ever. Oh, and oh my God. Did you see the way that guy kicked that ball? And that other guy and he caught it? Whoa. We don't care.
Aren't you friends with Tabor? Come on.
That was who I was.
Oh, yeah. You got some athlete friends.
Athlete is really doing a lot of heavy lifting in that statement, isn't it?
Hey, if Pat McAfee could become one of the biggest media personalities in the world by being a fucking kicker, you know, anything is possible, all right? Don't disrespect the kickers. Okay, they're very important.
He's not a kicker. He's the dude that holds the ball for the kicker. He's not an athlete. He's just a good-looking fucking.
Tabor's a placeholder.
He's not a kicker. He's the
long snapper. He's a long snapper.
Yeah,
Tabor's about to show up.
Yeah, he's like, oh, my position is super important.
He is super important.
Oh yeah. All right.
Is it all right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, anytime you want to talk about like the NBA GOAT or like the North American sports
That'll never
GOAT,
happen, ever.
If you want to talk about like the best FPS player of all time,
maybe if they get caught in like some sexting scandal, we will definitely hit you up. But aside from that, we don't give a shit about FPS.
Damn.
Not since we already destroyed the war zone.
The answers are Michael Jordan, Tom Brady. These are very easy answers. And then Rafa is the best first-person shooter player.
Oh, Rafa. Yeah. That's that. You know where Rafa is, right? Big
so, not super.
I don't think Rafa is good.
Messi, LeBron, Gretzky, Brady, and Rafa.
You think Rafa is good?
The best.
Wow. Okay. How do you feel about that, Steve?
Rafa is better than Simple. Rafa is better than Formal. Rafa is better than Ogre 2. Rafa is better than Crim 6. Rafa is better than Get Right, better than Forest, better than Scump. Rafa is the best and he's better than Fatality, which is the other famous American Quake player. Rafa,
it's better than Tel Aviv.
Rafa has the longevity. He has the most amount of international 1v1 titles. He has team titles, and he's been winning for the longest period of time from back then. His first international title, 2009. His latest international title is even 2023, 2024. The longevity and the total amount of championships is better than anything that Simple, Forest, Get Right, Formal, Crim 6, Ogre 2, Scump.
I can't pretend to care anymore than I have. Stop.
Okay. I mean, Steven's a RTS player.
He doesn't care about any of these people either. We've moved on. We've ascended past all these fucking losers.
I mean, Steven probably has strong opinions on whether Cyril is the best StarCraft 2 player of all time. That's become the biggest debate now. Cyril is definitely in the lead. A lot of people think that because Cyril doesn't have a GSL title, and that is where predominantly the most important championship every year was the GSL titles, and Cyril never went over to Korea for that time. He has a GSL versus the World Championship, and he has multiple BlizzCons and IEM titles, but Cyril has never...
You know the best duo in StarCraft?
Mm-hmm.
You don't. Say who it is.
Nick and Dan?
No. What? Combat X and Deezer. What the fuck?
Oh, man.
You don't know shit about StarCraft. Yeah, you watch. You try to play a game, and they're going to fucking be in your shit immediately with some shit you're not expecting. Game over. And you're going to cry and whine and bitch and moan about how they're not playing correctly according to the rules, and there's some technicality. But guess what? They won. And that's how they do it.
Apparently, I'm ruining the stream. Destiny, is that true? Maybe that's true.
I love you, buddy.
Yeah.
It's time for you to go, Slasher. Run off into the. Remember what I said. One piece of advice for you, okay?
Hi, baby.
I want you to be more wild.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That comes from
like that.
It's a good piece of information.
Thanks for talking to me, Steven.
Thanks for talking to me too. I love you, buddy.
Yeah. If you really do come here, could you give me a heads up?
I'll think about it.
We'll see if you show up on the show.
Great. All right.
Take care, man.
See you.
Be careful. Bye.
All right.
I just made like the fundamental mistake.
Yeah.
Shit has not been syncing between a folder on my iPad forever. And I just realized why it's not syncing. It's because it's not the same folder. It was a copy of the folder. On the iPad, if you want to on the iPad, when you're doing things like for files, if you're going from one program to the other, you can't actually like point to another folder. You have to upload the file from one folder to another. It's like the most retarded fucking terminology in the fucking world.
You know, they make iPads really simple for grandmas and shit. I don't know how you constantly fuck up using it. It's really
because
interesting
part
to
of
me.
the making it simple makes it way too stupidly fucking retarded. Like the fact that I have no idea how to access any part of the fucking file system. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. So I just spent 45 minutes trying to figure out why are the documents in this folder not the same as this folder. And I realized it's because, I didn't actually create a favorite to this folder when it was saying, do you want to create a favorite? It just copies and pastes and creates a whole new directory under this program. So it's not actually the same one as in my Obsidian at all. It's a totally new fucking directory. It's so fucking retarded. Because in order to move files from one to another, I have to upload the file from one program to another. That's uploading. Holy AIDS. My God.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have an issue I've got a documents folder, and for some reason, I know these are the same folder, but now it's not syncing. And I don't know why. Do you think there are characters that iOS allows in the file name that Windows doesn't allow? Do you think that could be happening?
It's probably because you have a toggle switch on or off, if I had to guess. It's going to be that simple. You're over here okay, I got to get in the file system. You're not allowed to be in the file system. Okay, we don't allow you. I don't even know where that is. Okay, there's just look for the button that says start working. Press
I
that.
know. I bet it's this apostrophe thing. I bet if I try to create a new note, and then apostrophe, blah blah blah. Oh no, it is the apostrophe is okay. Oh, I bet it's the colon. Is it the colon? Ah. There it is. So then why would it even let you? Okay.
Well, that's Apple. We don't use colons, only semicolons.
Rename.
Hey, before you forget, add me to your favorites on your phone. Oh, God. So, for chat knows, Steven is perpetually on D&D on his phone. So, if he's not on the computer, you can never get a hold of him, ever. It's just not possible. Whenever you go to message him, it's Steven has notification silence. And when you go to notify him anyway, it still does nothing because you have his silenced.
Yeah, good. That's so that people don't see my shit and they're like, he's on my DL. He should be responding to me right away. Oh, where's my response? My right response.
Listen, I need to be able to reach you for when your Dr. Disrespect moment happens.
Okay.
I'd be like, Steve, listen, crisis team, okay? They found the video of you stomping on kittens. How do you want to handle this?
True. I'm a Destiny on that one. Can't stand Reed Andes. True. Fucking true. Reed Andes. That's what we should call them. Okay. Now.
We need to train Erudite to stop sending voice messages. Erudite, stop sending voice messages. Use dictation. Stop it. Stop.
Oh, I just fucked up. No. Okay. It's okay. I'm just going to get this last thing and then I'm good for... Okay.
Oh, God. Steve has no idea how an iPhone works. The funniest fucking shit ever. We're at the fucking studio. All of a sudden, a video of a fucking cat meowing nonstop comes up. And I'm like, Steve, what the fuck? What is this music? Why am I listening to fucking Honey meowing? He's like, that's not coming from me. I'm like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, because
He's
it'll
like,
randomly play fucking files in the background, okay? That are, I don't even know on which of my devices the fucking thing is playing. I still don't know, and I even looked at all of them. I don't know where the fucking sound is coming from.
So there's just a random cat video that Steve played, and he has no idea why, still to this day. So it might happen again in the future.
I hope so. I hope it happens on stream.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I have...
Dan, can you say what happened to EMT Harley? What the fuck is it? Isn't that like a emergency medical technician? I don't know what that means. Oh, Epic Mealtime Harley. His flight got changed, so he couldn't do anything else. That's it. I think that did you do an episode of Bridges with him yet or already?
I don't know. Are we doing that tomorrow?
I have no idea.
Is that on my schedule somewhere? Did I share? Oh, stop. Okay, damn me that I need to share that thing with you. So that's our last message so that I don't forget it.
There.
God, I hate this. I hate the file system on these fucking devices. It's okay. Okay. Research. Okay. Documents. Okay. Select this.
Lycan did an 8-hour stream with him? No shot. 8 hours?
Now, when you're moving documents on an iPad, you can't click Move To. You have to click Upload because we need to upload it to another program, not moving, because it's not like all the folders are shared. Everything has its own fucking...
Chat, who is he talking to?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not upload. It's share. I'm sorry. It's not upload. It's share. We have to share it. Sorry. 8 hours. That's a long thing. We have to share it. Then we have to click Save to Files. Oh, and now here's the other thing, the other folder. Okay, save. Did that move them here? Please just show up. Please populate. Please. Oh, sorry. I have to tab into the program because nothing can run in the background of an Apple device. Jesus.
That is
Holy Christ. We can't run anything in the background. Oh my God. That would just be ludicrous. It would be unimaginable that you would run anything after you've tabbed out because we all know that life stops working for everything else when you stop looking at it. Okay?
It's coming. I hope it is because it fucks the Redact app for iOS so hard. Whenever you want to run deletions, the app has to be running. Like,
yeah, or when you've got DGG open and then you tab out and then you go back. Oh, reconnecting to chat. Great, because I don't want to see what people were just talking about. Okay, it's okay.
There has to be, that has to be the next big update that they're going to do. Guess what, guys?
It's for security. It's for security.
Yeah, but you should be able to opt into it or something, because it absolutely fucking It sucks, bro. It fucking ruins Redact. I mean, it doesn't ruin Redact, but it's just super fucking annoying. You have to leave the app open on iPhone. When on Android, you can just set it and go. The only good part about Android is that everything else is worse, especially when you get a text from someone and they're on Android and you're like, "Oh my god, it's green. Oh god, I don't know if I can talk to this person anymore. Oh god, how did this happen? How did I know this person? Oh, this must be a mistake. Maybe they must be in a place with no internet. That's why it's green. It has to be the way. Oh god." And then then another message comes and it's still green. And you're like, "Oh my god."
Dazed. Okay. Don't worry, guys. I'm sure we'll read these tomorrow, okay? All right. Are we done for today? Trump trash talking about Biden's golf swing on the course this morning.
Hey, wait, real quick. Why did Biden look so good this morning and sound like so shit last night?
I have no idea. Maybe his brain only works in like 4-hour spurts.
Okay,
And they just caught him
next
on a
time
bad...
they do the debate, he needs to be like, "Listen, we're doing this debate at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Right 2 hours after I get up at 4 a.m. in the morning, and after I've had my Ovaltine and my whatever. No more nighttime debates for Joe Biden. Okay, what else? No more nighttime debates. Okay, that's number one. Number two. Okay, we need 3 breaks in between. Okay, and what else? What other improvements can we make? You know what? We're gonna rub some icy hot on his balls.
Jesus
That's what we're gonna do.
Christ.
It's gonna keep him going.
Okay. All right. I love you
Okay.
guys. It's been fun.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go downstairs. Yeah. Okay. Be careful. Love you. Bye.
Bye.